engineer, the the man behind the scenes putting together these little hangouts because I have like the technical expertise of a dildo. So
can you hold on for 30 seconds? I have to start my Chrome for something. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. You can
sure.
start the broadcast in general, but
we'll be doing our thing here.
okay.
So you know,
Okay, we get live. So
cool. Alrighty. Hey, how's it going, Holden?
So far, so good.
Yeah. So we got MC Hammer here.
No, just Barb. Just call me Barb. That's all right.
Okay. I wasn't exactly sure kind of how you wanted, you know, the whole for the whole.
I think it's just the videos. I don't really like my name's flashed across there. It's okay. Whatever.
I'll for the next.
Thank you.
For the next one, I should I'm gonna do it twice this month because technically each month I'm supposed to, or like CC is supposed to mention everybody, all of the $10 and above. And when I'll mention you as like a code name, but I didn't do that last month because I wasn't able to get as much material out as I expected, and the that Max Landis video became a two-parter, and so it just bad planning on my part. So I apologize to anybody that So I'm gonna try and do that twice this month. So just to kind of make up for it. But yeah, working on a 9/11 episode that'll kind of go into it'll be like a celebrity truther episode where we talk about claims that Sargon of Akkad has made, Jesse Ventura, Joe Rogan, I think, what's his face, Paul Joseph Watson. So that should be a fun one. I'm kind of a 9/11 conspiracy theory aficionado myself. I like debunking them, so that should be fun. And then
what's the most interesting thing that I've learned about 9/11 conspiracy theories is that they never agree on which conspiracy is true. Like there's one half who say that the buildings were evacuated. Then there's another group who says that no, the planes were evacuated. Then there's one group who says that the Twin Towers never existed. They were a hologram.
Yeah, you know what's really hilarious is that
I've never even heard those.
Yeah, no, the hologram. Well, they actually what they say is a hologram is not the Twin Towers, but they say that both the planes were holograms and the explosions were holograms. That's actually far more of a popular conspiracy theory than you'd think. There's a decent amount of people who really buy into that. It's called the no planes theory, and that's something that unfortunately is as interesting as I find that I don't think I'm going to be really getting into that in this particular video. But yeah, what I was about to say, one thing that's really fascinating about what you just mentioned about how people can't agree is that often, even though that you'll get these batshit crazy conspiracy theories from a lot of these people, when they are trying to debunk the conspiracy claims that they disagree with, they can often be really good skeptics. They can often really kind of put forth a very scientific and straightforward set of reasons as to why this person is wrong about holographic planes, and then the holographic planes people can put out good reasoning as to why the thermate. I don't know if you guys know much about this, but there's like a large school of thought among 9/11 conspiracy theorists that nanothermite, this stuff that just kind of is sort of similar to the stuff that you have in like sparklers, except a lot more not explosive, but that kind of like burns a lot longer and a lot hotter. That was used to take down the towers in Building 7. So anyway, yeah, it's just really interesting to see that sometimes people who have really sloppy, people who are really bad at applying skepticism to their own claims can apply skepticism successfully to other claims that they're not like emotionally attached to.
Oh, that reminds me, I actually have a connection to a 9/11 whistleblower.
Oh yeah?
This isn't a conspiracy, but it's something very. He's a Facebook friend of mine, and he was a State Department whistleblower.
Interesting.
He had worked at the he's a very interesting guy. He had worked at the consulate in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. This was before 9/11. And he was being told to rubber stamp these visas for these really shady characters for them to travel to the US. And he's going, you know, if it were up to him, he would not approve their visas, but he was being told. And he sort of spoke out against it. And so they came down hard on him and forced him out of the State Department. So that is a real weird thing that was going on before 9/11 that he raised alarms about.
There was definitely a lot of, kind of changes that were made in protocol after 9/11. And one thing that's really tragic is that there was, I think, like about a year or maybe even just 6 months before 9/11 occurred, there was they were proposing a bill. I'm not exactly sure if this is something that was done. I don't think it was like being done through legal means, but what is the there's some aviation group, like, you know, it's like a group that kind of
controls. Is this the government or the FAA?
Yeah, the FAA. The FAA was trying to approve locks for all of the for all the cockpits, basically.
Yeah, that was one thing that they did. Yeah,
and they did a cost benefit analysis that was obviously really shitty, and they came to the conclusion that like it was too much of an expense for them to kind of go ahead and do that. But had they approved it, then just 9/11 wouldn't have occurred, because those doors.
Yeah, they did something to the doors, and that was the problem with. Remember that flight that crashed in the Swiss Alps, and that fellow, the pilot, deliberately crashed the flight. Do you remember that? You know.
Yeah.
They weren't able to get to him. The pilot had left. He was a co-pilot. One of the pilots left to go to the washroom. And he came back, and he couldn't get back in because the pilot, who was suicidal, had locked him out, and they weren't able to. It's because that door was locked or reinforced.
Right.
9/11 concern.
Yeah, that's like the scariest thing ever. The thought of getting on a plane with a suicidal pilot.
Suicidal pilot.
But. Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. I wanted to show you guys. Maybe some of you saw it on Twitter, but CC is going to start doing some videos where he plays video games and kind of reviews Christian video games, and I wanted to show you guys like that. CC has like a new opening for that, but now that I think about it, I'm not exactly sure what I did with the video. I'll find it in a second. So how is everybody?
I'm fine. It's kind of strange. I was on the last month, and at the time we had these forest fires mixing with the local pollution and bad air.
Oh, that
And
sucks.
we're having that again. 1 month later, we're having that again. It's really, yeah, it's bad.
That's no fun. Maybe you need just a
the Northwest. I don't know if you've seen a map of the Northwest, like Northern California and even LA. There are all these fires.
Maybe you guys need like a hurricane to come in and just blow all the.
It's a dry. This is the dry season. It's bone dry here. Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll go ahead and play this. I can. Let's see. It's only like 30 seconds long, but and it's unfinished, but it's fun. Should be able to see it in a second. Super home. That's it so far.
I like it.
There's also,
I think we've all wanted. I think we've all wanted to do that to that friggin' duck hunt dog.
Yeah, I think he's kind of fulfilling a lot of people's fantasies by killing the dog there. But I'm trying to find there was another forget it. There's another one with it that's about like 2 seconds longer that has CC in like a Pac-Man board and all of the dots are crosses. So he's like eating crosses and there's like a little kind of fancy feast there too. But anyway, I'm trying to come up with a title for it. I haven't come up with a title for the segment that I really like yet. So I don't know. I'm open to suggestions, guys. You can think about it. You can think about it. Tweet me or don't. You know, you don't have to. My job to come up with a name. So, anyhow, so what else is going on, guys? What is new?
Seems like God's really pissed off at the gays this time of year.
Yeah, he's always pissed off with the gays. Fucking gays. They just they won't stop having the butt sex. The sodomy. Not cool.
Why this time of year? I'm sorry.
I think just the heat kind of makes them want to fuck butts more. I don't know.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that. I'm learning things here.
There's a totally rational explanation for this. Hurricane season started in June, and that's kind of near where summer started. That's really where all of the summer fun starts. And so, you know, gay people have a massive rush of gay hormone, and then they just want to butt fuck each other all summer long. And so at the end of the summer, to culminate it, God's like, I'm going to send hurricanes your way.
And then the hurricanes like blow gay people like into each other's butts. You know, they get lifted off the ground, and I'm not even going to continue with that.
Really.
But it's that science, people. But yeah,
science.
It's science. But yeah, guys, I want to say that, like, you know, I'm hoping that I wish I could get more than 3 videos out a month. I only got 3 out last month. I'm hoping I can get 4 or 5 out this month. So,
you're still moving though, Vadim? That's still the plan?
Yes, I am moving. However, I think it's going to be pushed back a little bit later than anticipated for a few reasons. One, I mean, again, Irma is such a wild card. Like I don't expect it to kind of be like a devastating thing that holds me up, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I suppose there's a possibility that I could that shit could get damaged and I'll have to buy a new computer, and I don't know, maybe if that happens, maybe I can kind of
you're gonna have to tape down the cats.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tape down the cats. We're gonna have to I'm not exactly sure all of what's gonna go into protecting all of our shit. But okay, so besides that, also just the Patreon money has stayed decent, but the money from basically, I don't know if you guys have probably heard about this if you are if you watch a lot of other YouTube videos, but basically anyone that does anything remotely controversial, about 90 to 95% of their videos have been deemed not worthy for monetization. And I think if you have YouTube Red, if you watch,
that's the paid service, right? Right?
Yeah. If you happen to have YouTube Red, then watch CC videos through YouTube Red. No, nobody that I know really has it because it's not that great. It's like Z grade Netflix, So
I'll stick with regular Netflix. Thank you very much.
What's that? No, you'll stick
with regular Netflix.
Yeah, no, totally. It's worth it. Did you watch the new season of Narcos, by the way? Pretty good stuff. Should they just they just premiered it on September 1st. But yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, sorry, getting a little sidetracked there. I kind of was expecting an sum of money to come in unrelated to CC and stuff, and that sort of fell through, and so I kind of it's not that big a deal. It wasn't like I was expecting like 50 grand or something, but basically I think I need to, because I really want a nice nest egg to have to go out there with. I don't want to have to go out there and then some sort of unexpected thing occur, because I also, aside from my own my own stuff, I also help my mom out. So
good for you.
so just in case, I mean, I really don't expect something, but you never know if something happened with her. I want to have a nice cushion of money that will allow me to help her out. And then, of course, LA is an expensive town. So I think that I'll be going out there probably in at the end of December or January or maybe February. Also, in full disclosure, I also kind of want to go out there a little more svelte than I am right now. I'd like, because I'm gonna be I'm gonna start.
You're gonna go vegan? Are you going vegan?
You know what? That wouldn't be such a bad idea. That's something that I have long.
I'm a part-time vegan.
Are you?
Because it's hard to be strictly vegan. It really is hard.
Oh,
We're trying.
I know.
So I say I'm a part-time vegan.
I tried to do it living in New York City, and New York City is pretty much okay. Well, it's expensive, but it's still one of the best places to do it because there's so many options around. And the town that I'm in, it sucks to be a vegan, and I don't have time to cook my meals.
You have to think carefully about what you're.
I do for just for like animal cruelty reasons. I'd like to be a vegan.
Yeah.
But there are a couple things that I don't mind that I don't think are unethical. Like I would raise chickens for their eggs.
Yeah.
You know, like if
Yeah.
they were basically like pets outside. I don't mind eating eggs in that. And then also when it comes, not that I don't eat insects, but I would not have any qualms with eating insects.
Yeah.
They're just like they're just different than like, I don't know, everything else. And then shrimp, I have a really hard time kind of like feeling sorry for shrimp and mussels and like, you know, clams and stuff like that. I feel like they must have such a low level of intelligence that am I being like, do you understand where I'm coming
Well, it's not that. It's like where the food is actually coming from.
Right.
You know?
Actually,
that's
actually, I'm what's known as a second-hand vegan.
what?
In other words, second-hand vegan. In other words, the animals eat the grass. I eat the animals.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like cheating, but I won't tell anyone.
But we've
Somebody
tried to
really
get rid
wanted
of
to go
the
out to like
dairy.
McDonald's and get a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
I have a burger right now. I would be eating it.
That beef is one thing I don't eat for some reason. I stopped eating it years ago, and I never started eating it again. For about like 15 years, I didn't eat pork, and then one day I had something with bacon in it, and I was just like, this stuff is so good. I can't.
Yeah, it's all good.
But
I realize that when we try to be vegan, it's like, you know, if you're not a vegan, you can just eat everything. But if you're a vegan, you have to think about what you're eating. And so you're not eating everything.
I don't eat turkey unless I know it bleeds.
What did you say?
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's the same way with diabetics.
Unless I know it bleeds.
Oh yeah, diabetics have to be similar. Yeah.
My problem isn't so much that I eat a lot of fatty foods. It's just I eat a lot of food. I think
I love food too.
I think it's how I deal with stress these days, which is not a good thing. I should probably deal with it by like working out or something. And then also, I mean, I maybe I've talked about it a little bit, but I kind of have a really bad, it's more or less a sleep disorder. And so, yeah, I mean, it's really...
You look a little sleep deprived, I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I am. I'm always...
Slightly, yeah.
The circles under my eyes, I've had those since I was a kid. I'm like, I've got some like Italian/Mediterranean blood. So that's sort of a natural trait that a lot of people have who have my like ethnicity. But that being said, it's definitely exacerbated by lack of sleep. And to tell you the truth, what I have, I mean, I guess I don't really mind discussing it, but doctors aren't totally sure what the problem is, but they think it's Tourette's. You know what Tourette's is? And I didn't have it as a child. Most people have it as a child. And it's very rare to develop it as an adult. And I only have it when I'm trying to go to sleep. When I lie down, I start kind of having these Tourette's-like symptoms, and it interrupts.
Like waking yourself up or something? It wakes.
Yeah, but
you wake yourself up.
But it's more than that. It's like the second that I start falling asleep, I immediately wake up, and this can happen dozens and dozens and dozens of times over the course of a night, and I will often make really loud noises. Sometimes it's just a body tick, but usually it's me actually like shouting, like full force. And it's pretty lame because it's like, you know, when I have a girlfriend, they can't sleep in the like I can't sleep in the same room. I mean, I also like it's also lame because I like I don't know if I were to like go to some sort of some sort of thing with some friends, and like, you know, I wanted to share a hotel room with them. I couldn't do it because I would keep them up, and so like, you know, there have been a couple times where I've done things like that, and I have to spend way more money than everybody else because you know. So anyway, that's like something that I deal with, and I'm trying to get like. I'm really trying to get it worked out, like, you know, trying to find some sort of way to
sounds like a call for weed.
Weed actually makes it worse.
Worse? Oh shoot!
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I really like weed. It's like I really miss it, but I started. I think, to tell you the truth, maybe edibles would be okay because it's more kind of like anything.
Or the cannabis oil. The cannabis oil, you know.
I'll try that when I get out to LA. You know, it's legal out there. So hopefully it'll still be legal when I'm out there. You know, who knows with Jeff Sessions.
I've heard it. I've heard that an epidermal spray of cannabis is actually very effective.
Okay. Well, yeah, I actually have a friend.
Yeah, the oil doesn't make you high. It's from hemp. It's not actually from the marijuana plant, the cannabis oil. That's what I understand, yeah.
I don't know. That I assume you're correct. But
yeah, hemp is cannabis. The technical term for hemp is cannabis sativa, and then I don't know what the marijuana plant. It's cannabis something else. It's different species. Yeah. But the medicinal thing that everybody like they use for kids that have seizures, that's the cannabis oil. Yeah.
I didn't know that it was used on kids.
I think that's right. Like
I know it's used for like kids with cancer, I want to say, or
epilepsy.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure it has numerous applications. I've heard it helps a lot of different a lot of different things. But yeah, usually when I smoke it exacerbates the problem, and I think it's more kind of what do you call it, like a circulatory thing, like, because the same thing. I've never been much of a smoker, but I've like smoked a cigarette and it had the same effect that smoking weed did. So I do think that, like, I don't know, just kind of inhaling smoke kind of aggravates the condition that I have. It might also just be, I don't know, psychological. I don't think the whole thing is psychological, but it's possible that, like, I don't know, that if I'm stressed out, that weed can kind of exacerbate that. But yeah, anyhow, that's not, now you know a little something about me. I hope this isn't being recorded and not be cool if it was.
It's going to be used against you.
You realize this is live on YouTube right now, right?
It's not. Well, are you serious?
Well, I mean, it's an unlisted thing, so I mean, only people with a link can see it. But I'm just saying, I hope this isn't recorded. No, this is being recorded.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I kind of assume.
Hello, NSA. Hello, NSA.
Maybe I'm a little naive, but I kind of think that no one who is a patron of CC's is going to be that much of a dick that they're going to like take something like that. I mean, I guess, you know what? At the end of the day, I wouldn't really mind if more people knew that I deal with this, but I know that there would be some assholes who would just be like, ha ha, you have, you know, and just say cruel shit, which really, I guess at the end of the day, I wouldn't really give a fuck. But it's just sort of like, you know, you want to have, you want the haters to have as little ammo as possible. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I will kind of talk about it. Maybe I'll do that at some point once I start making actual videos on my own. I do think I'm going to be launching a new channel pretty soon for videos that I make on my own. Hey, I wanted to ask you about this Godless Engineer, because recently I was talking with someone and they said that when it, because you know I have a Darth Vadim channel which has about like 2,000 subscribers, and I'm
one of them.
Oh, awesome. And I think what I'm going to do is this. I think I'm going to, you know, continue. I'm going to start posting, kind of make that more of like a shit posting channel, like just where I just kind of like put very inane things. And then I want to make another channel where I kind of make videos that are labored upon, you know, have like the same or close to the same level of production value that the CC videos have. Mm-hmm. But I heard recently that it's easier to get a new channel off the ground than it is to get a channel that has been around for a long time. And I heard it has something to do with the algorithm, that if YouTube recognizes that a channel is starting, like has a new channel has momentum, that it's more likely to be kind of suggested in
right.
you know, and it's so you know anything about this, Godless Engineer? Is this something you've heard about?
I mean, I haven't heard of like newer like newly created channels, you know, being promoted more so than older channels. YouTube does promote videos that you know get a lot of traction in the first 2 days. And then the next kind of landmark is 7 days. But I mean, generally, what you're looking to get is suggested, which is what we're talking about. But the best way to go about getting suggested is either good view velocity, which is generally 5% of your subscriber base needs to watch it in the first 24 hours. And then well, your views need to match 5% of your subscriber base. And then at about 48 hours, it should really be about 10 to 15%. And that would be an indication of good view velocity. And then, you know, another aspect of it is having a good video library in order to suggest to other, like on other channels. So like if you have a wide diverse you know set of content that is still within the same niche, then you know you're liable to get suggested across other niches because you've you know you've kind of diversified your content. So I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a newer channel that is able to grow that much, but it's more or less like, well, you know,
Okay, I wanted to read you what this person like said to me and see what you think of it, but go on. Hello?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I would say that it's really more about having really good titles, descriptions, and tags that help you get both suggested and found on YouTube. And so I mean that's what I would say is the best way to do it. But you know,
this is what the person said to me. They said, I've been told starting a new channel is better than trying to revive a dead one. And the trick is to start getting subs right off the bat so that the channel progressively grows and triggers the algorithm into promoting it more. So do you think that that's just nonsense?
Well, I don't know if it's nonsense. I mean, I really haven't done a trial run of anything. I mean, personally, I haven't heard of any trial runs that actually prove that a newer channel is easier to grow. But I mean, I know that if you if you're trying to revive an older channel, it's not necessarily a dead end or not worth your time. I mean, if you start putting out content that you have tweaked the titles and all that kind of metadata for YouTube to use, and you start really, focusing on, getting your people that watch you to subscribe. Like, for instance, one thing to do is to ask for their subscription in the first 30 seconds of the video. I know some people have just a little reminder pop up on the bottom side of the screen that says subscribe, but also call for that action at the very end of it too, because that will help get people to subscribe to you. So, I mean, it's like little things like that. Like, for instance, with the CC videos, I think that it probably really hurts you on the very end of the videos when you kind of go through the patrons and everything like that, because people are going to immediately drop off at that point, and that actually hurts you on the algorithm.
Yeah, I've thought about that, and that's too bad. That's one reason why and I know people will tune out regardless, but that's one reason why I just about always mix it up. Like I make jokes, and I just basically try and make it as visually appealing, and I never repeat the same format, or if I do repeat the same format, there's either tweaks to it, or I don't repeat the same format too many videos in a row. But that being said, I think some people they reach an end of a video, and it doesn't matter how fucking funny or cool it is. It's just, if it just feels like, okay, this is the wrap up, this is where the credits are, they're not going to stick around, so which is too bad, because I actually end up putting a lot of work into the ending credit sequences of my videos. Those sometimes can be more work than the rest of the video. But yeah, I don't know how to kind of avoid that, because the patrons are the obviously the way that I make money, and they certainly, I feel like they deserve a real kind of spotlight, because they are integral to me being able to do it. But yeah, maybe I should start asking people at the beginning of the, one thing I just hate, and it's just something me as a creator, I hate kind of parts of the video that are just kind of disposable, so it's even though that it takes 5-10 seconds to say hey, don't forget to subscribe, I don't even like doing that at the beginning of a video, because it's just I just want to get to the jokes. I just want to get to I guess in general, I wish that I could just do CC and not have to worry about all of these kind of I don't know, the business aspect of things. But whatever, I guess that it is what it is. But yeah, do you think that I mean, do you think that, I'm trying to think of a way to kind of take what you're suggesting and kind of incorporate it at the end, but I can't think of a way to kind of change the ending of my videos and like I can't shortchange the patrons. So,
well, no, I don't think that you should shortchange the patrons. I think it's fine if you want to keep those in there, but like for instance, with my channel, at the very last 20 seconds of the video, I do my kind of wrap up, but I kind of integrate it into what I was talking about to round out the video. And so I keep like the very end, like where I'm saying, all right, you know, stand up, use your voice, don't forget to subscribe and all that. Like I try to keep that kind of to the end. But like I have like a screen up on top that is that is that 20 seconds that'll have like my subscribe card, as well as the most recent upload card and the best for viewer card. I'll have those three up there. So I mean, like, I don't know if you could fit all of your patrons into the last 20 minutes or 20 minutes to 20 seconds of the video.
No, I definitely can't, because one, if those cards are there for people to click on, then their names aren't going to be seen. And two, there's just too many, like, I don't feel cool, like, just showing their names for, like, because there's, at this point, I have so many that I have to display their names on about, like, 5 or 6 different cards. And if I was doing that all in like 20 seconds, then their names would only be up there for like 2 seconds, and it would just be like flash, 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 flash. And to me, like, I want them to have a little bit more of a feature in the video, you know? Otherwise I feel kind of like a dick, like I'm not giving them the like, I don't know, the respect that they deserve. Maybe I don't know. How do you guys feel with that? Like you understand where I'm coming from with that, like, right? Like, you know, wanting.
Yeah.
I
don't really. I appreciate the acknowledgement, but I don't need it. So I don't know if it's people can opt out or opt in, or you could say, here are some of my patrons that I want to thank, and I don't know.
I guess I should tell you guys this. I'm going to probably make a video for all of the patrons to watch, but I think, I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be this month or next month, but I have a video that's basically CC watching an entire movie, right? And I don't want to break it up, because I know that if I break it up, it'll be less, it'll get less views. So what I wanted to do, because this video essentially, I mean, this is actually like the work of probably 3 or 4 videos, but I don't want to, like, you know, I'm not going to charge you guys for 4 videos. What I was thinking of doing was posting that video on its own, and then making another video that I haven't written yet that would be a very simple CC video that would be like a minute or 2 long, and I would charge for that, but the understanding would be that the reason why I'm charging for this like smaller video that I normally wouldn't charge you guys, you guys get where I'm going with this. So so that's something that I'm probably going to do, but like I said, I'll make it like a video for everybody where I explain that, and so because the majority of the patrons are not watching this right now, and need to know, but that's okay with you guys, right? I mean, I don't want to ever do anything that I think you guys understand. Like, I mean, to tell you the truth, I've been like wondering if it would be better to switch to, because you can either do a per video basis or like a per month basis. And it's just really tricky, because there are some months where I have videos that are, between 5 to 10 minutes long, and then others like 20, like sometimes even 25 minutes long. And some videos that are really short take a longer period of time to create than so yeah, it's hard to kind of like figure out what the best way of. You know what? I won't bore you guys with this. This is something that I'll figure out in my own free
I
time.
can't remember. Do you have a PayPal option too? I don't remember.
I do have a
I
PayPal.
watch so many channels, and I can't. Is that? Oh, okay, you do.
I do have a PayPal. And I wish the one thing about the PayPal is that, you know, there's just not. I mean, I guess I prefer it because there's less of a payout to Patreon, but at the same time, I like being able to kind of send out messages to you guys and whatnot. So I think in the long run, I don't really mind which people kind of choose, but it's most of the people who make PayPal donations are people who just do it like once or twice. I have really, I think, only one person who every month gives me a PayPal donation. But anyway, guys, I think maybe I'll wrap things up now because I want to get to work on that video that hopefully I'll be able to get out before the hurricane hits. But if possible, I will.
Are you going to include that in the video, the hurricane? I can't remember what you said. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know. I might. I mean, like if the video ends up coming
like
out,
God's chosen hurricane.
Well, if
Irma.
the video ends up coming out, like physically, you know, because it's the 9/11 video. So if the video ends up coming out like at the end of September because of the, you know, then I'll probably people know that that's why. One, they haven't heard from me in a while, and two, why the video's coming out so late. But I don't know. I mean, if I might, depending on how things go, I might make a video about it. Like if shit gets fucked up here, like I suppose I might like if I'm in a situation, I really don't expect this to happen. Okay, I really don't. But let's say that it's like shit is way worse and like my computer gets destroyed or something. What I'll probably do is that I'll probably just end up having like once I can have like a Hangout like super chat style thing where I try and like raise money for a new computer. But you know what? I really don't think that's gonna happen. You know, not that I believe that knocking on wood does anything, but I'm gonna knock on wood because a vague part of me that's still superstitious from when I was a kid. But yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out, and you guys are awesome. And Holden, we'll talk soon. And yeah, I guess the last thing I'll just say is I will try as soon as I can to like on Twitter or just probably through Twitter and also CC's Facebook. Let people know that I'm okay, but we may not have power for a while. So so it'll be a little weird. Like I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to notify people that we're okay. Sorry if this has been like a downer. This is not like a you know like. Normally, I think we'd kind of be having more laughs than this. But yeah, guys, thanks so much, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Vadim.
Oh, and thank you, Godless Engineer, for all your hard work.
Oh yeah, I worked so hard during this entire thing.
I can hear you. You're
I
totally
just subscribed to your channel, Godless Engineer.
Yeah, everybody
Thank you.
Godless
Yeah,
Engineer. You can
yeah.
do a lot of really great videos.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that kind of like debunks pseudoscience and
I saw some of them.
and lunatics and whatnot. So yeah, definitely check him out. It's good stuff. Alrighty, later, guys. Bye.
See you later, Vadim.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.